Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily. Attack the day. It's Des here, of course, out and about at daybreak, ready to wake up to walk. I'm at a place today called Gunthorpe. It's a village about 4 to 5 miles east of Nottingham, just along the A612. It's really quaint and picturesque in parts. Do you know, and if Nottinghamshire knows how to do one thing well, it knows how to village. Do you know, there's some amazing places, particularly in this area. Do you know, it's very rural. It's out in the sticks, but like I say, there's some really nice places. So I thought I'd take a walk. I started at the top of the village today, and I'm just walking through. It's really cold. Just sort of on Gunthorpe. Anybody who's anybody from Nottingham, can you even say you're from Nottingham if you've not been to Gunthorpe in the summer? Do you know, and enjoyed the riverbank. Lots of people come for a picnic. As kind of normal, I found a spot along the Trent. So whilst I live 4 or 5 miles that way, do you know, it's I'm a little bit downstream, a really popular spot, do you know, and a place where people really come to enjoy the surroundings. Do you know, like I say, particularly in the summer. Today we're far from that. It's actually about -7 feels like temperature, and I'm absolutely freezing. That said, I've got some pretty amazing shots of the sun coming up, you know, the sunrise. So check out those at the end of the video. Some amazing pictures today. You know, I really enjoy that part of it, but there's some absolutely stunning from the bridge itself. You know, I've been walking. I've been out for about half an hour, 45 minutes already. Done over a mile, stopping, taking pictures. You know, doing the things I do, doing what I enjoy, getting up, making the most of the day, getting in my activity early, and it feels absolutely fantastic today. Whilst I'm off work, you know, it would be easy just to take that extra bit of time in bed, but I thought I'd get out there and try and get the sunrise, and luckily it was absolutely stunning, you know. So like I say, do check them out. I'm just walking down at the moment to the bridge area, do you know, the bit what everyone will know. Do you know, there's a couple of pubs there, do you know, really well known, like I say. So you'll see that shortly, the bridge, the water, and that's why I've come, to be honest, you know, to get a different spot, but again, sort of calming influence of a quaint, quiet village and the river, which I take so much from. I get so much from it in different parts. You know, like I say, whilst I'm normally upstream a little bit, you know, and meandering around there of a morning, you know, I've been as far west as Attenborough and Clifton Grove, you know, sort of upstream. I'm now come a little bit further east as the Trent sort of weaves its way out towards Newark-on-Trent, and then of course further on to the sea. So it's really is pretty amazing. Do you know, there's so much to be taken just from that itself. So many paths, as you can see here. It's the pubs. This is the spot, the car park, the spot where people enjoy. Just over there you've got the bridge. I was doing a bit of research on Gunthorpe. I usually do it after. I usually like to read about it once I've seen it for myself, but I thought it'd make it much more interesting on DOdaily if I actually start doing a bit of research beforehand. So the bridge is actually about 100 years old now, you know, and it's free to cross. But if I just show you behind me, about 400 meters up the river, I'd imagine the road I come down there, the bridge would have come straight over somehow, you know, and gone into East Bridgeford, which is on the other side of the river, but it wasn't suitable for vehicles. It used to be a toll bridge. It was there from the late 18th century, which is quite interesting. It just let over horses and people, but some sort of adverse weather and the fact it couldn't let over vehicles saw the end of that. You can almost see the remnants of a of a bridge there. So like most villages, it's now bypassed by the new bridge, just about 400 metres down there. And looking back into Gunthorpe and its heritage, do you know, it's actually been here since the 9th century. The Danes actually came up the Trent on a boat and decided to settle here. Do you know, like many of these places, it appears in the Doomsday Book. Don't actually know what that means. I need to sort of do my research on that a bit more, but that's what I was reading from Wikipedia. Do you know, so it's all interesting stuff. Do you know, a couple of other small quirky facts. Do you know, in the war there was 58 men from Gunthorpe went to war and 12 of them died. So that's quite a chunk of the male population. Do you know, I'm sure that's evened itself off now, but yeah, it just kind of shows how small it is. Even in 2011 in the census, I think the population was 754, so it just shows you it's a small place, but it does look to be growing. And sort of when you look around, don't blame people for wanting to live here. You know, what I do know is from the local news is it can get flooded, and just recently we've had lots of floods around the Trent. You know, and it's one of them places what can get severely affected, but it's amazing nonetheless. And it's amazing to be out and about this morning despite the fact it's absolutely freezing. You can see up there, Kay's just trotting along. She's getting a run in, so she's getting in her activity as well. I'm getting in my walk, which is my favourite time of the week really. Do you know, I get a chance to wind down a little bit, do you know, think of what's gone before. Do you know, I said yesterday on Thursday Thoughts, it's been without being a stressful time, it's been pretty intense. Some of the things I've spoke about, some of the things I've discussed on DOdaily. Do you know, it's nice just to get out and do the things I do. Do you know, enjoy my last working day off. Do you know, and like I said, getting up early, it's just absolutely fantastic because I got a full day now to myself, you know, to enjoy everything I want to, safe in the knowledge that I've got some activity in, I've done what I enjoy, I've got somewhere different, making the most of it, you know, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, sometimes when we're a little bit stressed out or a little bit anxious more than anything, you know, I don't think anybody can deny these days that we all suffer from a bit of anxiety, particularly during these times. You know, it's important just to sort of reflect on why that happens, and that's what I do on a Friday, isn't it? That's what I encourage you guys to do, is just sort of get out there. And what works for me is the fact I brush it all off, you know, brush it all to one side, and then make the most of the day. Look forward to the weekend, make the most of things with a clear head, and believe me, that's going to happen today. Do you know, I keep saying it, but it is so cold, but it's refreshing, you know, and it definitely works for the mind and soul. And things like that I wouldn't have said a couple of years ago, you know, being a big brave soldier, big boy from Bestwood, but it's true, it's the way it is, you know. And once you kind of accept it, we've spoke about acceptance so much this week, you know, it's almost been the theme of DOdaily, and accepting the things you love, you know, accepting that you can do things slightly different. You know, I woke up this morning and put the radio on, and there's lots of what we will and won't be able to do post-COVID, but I know what I'll be doing post-COVID. I'll be carrying on with this. Kay's just coming back. She's running up and down trying to get a mileage in. Yeah, what I know, I'll definitely be doing this, you know, taking it forward, enjoying it, because nothing's really going to stop this. It's free, it's fresh, you know, and it gives me an opportunity to really enjoy the outdoors, nature, you know, see things that I wouldn't see every day of the week. And it gives me opportunity, if I decide to come back one day, that's fantastic too, isn't it? You know, it's not going away, you know. And whilst we have to be careful about what we do, you know, and take into consideration others and distancing, Do you know, one of the reasons I get up and out is because I don't have to worry about that. Do you know, we can overload ourselves with unnecessary stress sometimes. So if you can find a way of not letting that impact too much, of not letting it get to you, then definitely do it. And this is what works for me. Do you know, I can't tell you how pleased I am when I'm out here, and I'm not embarrassed to say it feels absolutely amazing to be. Look at this. You can't see it too well, but the birds, you know, and the snow still on the ground, but like I say, that amazing sunset and the picturesque village as well. And it's just about finding something different. It's just about doing and finding that something slightly different, which takes your mind away from reality. Do you know? Sorry, I got distracted whilst Kay was running there. The fact that I put the radio on and they were talking about what we might or might not be able to do. So what? Let's not concern ourselves with that. We have to now accept the situation. Do you know, it's been going on a year, and whilst we can tiptoe around the issue, do you know, it's all about accepting it. Do you know, accepting the way it is, accepting the way it's going to be. It's hard, it's tough. Do you know, we don't want to, but life's like that sometimes. Do you know, life's unfair. I listened to Matthew McConaughey, and he says life's crap, people get cancer, people die. Do you know, people die young. He says your best mate will cheat on you with your wife. Do you know, people do nasty things, do you know, commit nasty crimes. So life's really unfair, and until you accept something, kind of move forward and accept that you're going to be a little bit sort of better at dealing with it and do the things that you want to do, it's absolutely the way to go. It's fantastic, isn't it? I'm just getting to the end of the walk. Done about 2.5 miles now. I've been through the village twice, been up on the bridge. Like I say, got them amazing pictures, so look out for those. But I just want to sort of go over. There's a lock here, you know, and these things always make for interesting places, don't they? Do you know, looking back down the river as well, you know, absolutely fantastic. So guys, if you can, get out there, make the most of it. Like I say, the kind of message this week, do you know, through my own personal sort of anxieties and looking back at where I've come from, how I can use it at the moment and how I can use it going forward, is that until we accept it, we're not really going to move forward, are we? And the more I talk about things, the more I do daily, the more I understand that getting out first thing on a Friday morning, you know, making myself uncomfortable on a Thursday evening or any of the others during the week, the more I understand that works, the better it's going to be for me and the better it's going to be for those around me. So I'm going to be I'm going to enjoy it much more. I'm going to try to be happy, you know, and I'm going to have a smile on my face doing the things I do. If you just look behind me, but just before I go, you can see the river. Like I say, it goes upstream towards Newark and some of the other villages along the way. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Got the usual planned, lots of activity, watching Forest tomorrow on the TV. So that's all the things I do, you know, and it's enough at the moment to make me content with what I've got, to give me satisfaction. Do you know, I would do it normally. Yes, I'd go to the football match, I might go to the pub, but I can sort of try and recreate that experience the best I absolutely can. So I'm looking forward to having a few days with absolutely nothing to do, even whilst I've been off. Of course, I do daily, I do all the do running stuff, so I'm looking forward to just getting out there, well, just looking forward to getting on with the stuff I do, enjoying it, and then getting back to work on Monday. And bizarrely, you know, none of us really like going back to work. But bizarrely, because I've had a nice rest, I've done lots of walking, you know, cleared my mind from all that. Had a bit of opportunity, had a bit of time to do the things I want to do with less to think about. You know, I'm actually quite looking forward to it. So it's that can't be a bad thing, can it? If I'm in that kind of state of mind, then it's done me well. So have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy the places and the people you get to enjoy it with. You know, if you can, get out safe, keep your distance. You know, of course places like this can get busy at the weekend, but be safe, keep to social distancing, be positive, you know, and start accepting what we can and can't do, and you'll definitely be fighting fit coming towards the end of this pandemic. You know, until that day happens, you know, none of us quite know what's going to happen, but until then, have a good one. Just doing it.